the good fortune of my neighbor stopping by and asking me if I wanted 3 old kegs that he had out in his shed. Now, I have a lot of kegs that I bought from friends, bought from eBay, but there's nothing like the opportunity to pick up a couple more free ones. In my opinion, you can never have enough kegs, because you can never have enough beer. So I gladly took them, and today I'm going to show you how I refurbished these nasty old kegs to make them beautiful and usable in my home system. So let's go out, we'll take a look at them, we'll roll up our sleeves, and we'll start cleaning these out. Here are the kegs that I was talking about, and here's the supplies that I'll use to refurbish them. You'll notice I have a socket and a box wrench there. Normally I can just use a socket, but I'm afraid these might be tough to get off, so I might have to use that box end wrench to really be able to crank on them. I've got a whole new set of gaskets, and we will definitely change all gaskets on each keg. PBW and Barkeeper's Friend, both for the inside and out. I'll walk through those steps. And again, for those of you that like Oxy, feel free to use that too. You might want to watch my video where I compared those two, PBW and Oxy. They all do a really good job. So let's just look at what we're up against here with these kegs. As you can see, pretty nasty. Been sitting out in my neighbor's shed for who knows how long, and I wanted to show you this before we get into cleaning any of it, just to see what the starting point is. So I'll go ahead and I'll pop open the tops, I'll probably loosen the hardware, and then I'll show you where we're going. Before I start, I really just want to document how cruddy these are. All kinds of just neglect and build up. Again, they've been sitting around unused for who knows how long. I don't even know if that's going to be pressurized. Let's open one up together and see what happens. Wow. Well, the good news is we know that it holds pressure. Now I wish that you could be here to smell that. It clearly has Pepsi Cola written all over it. And this is why we're going to change all the gaskets. That was gnarly. It smelled fine, but just overwhelming Pepsi. So let me pop the lid off this, and maybe we'll just keep working this one together. Okay, I've hit the first obstacle already. Let the pressure out, and see I'm pushing on this. I still can't get it to open. So I have a hammer. But I'm not going to whack away at my brand new keg. Let me use this end and see what happens. There we go. Even though it's old, we're hoping it's going to be beautiful. So we're going to treat it right. I'm going to pop the lid. We'll look inside. Here we are, a bit of a welcome surprise. I'm not sure how good you're going to be able to see inside of the keg. Might be dark in there, but it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of Pepsi residual floating around the bottom, but the sides look nice. Let's go all the way around here. So this is actually going to clean up pretty easy. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the quick disconnect for both the in and the out. I'll pop out the poppets, I'll inspect them, and I'll start the soaking in PBW for all those internal pieces, and I'll start scrubbing the outside and the inside at first with some of the Barkeeper's Friends. I think we're going to make short order out of this, and we'll compare how it looks in just a few minutes when I'm done with the other ones. Okay, so now we got the individual pieces. I have them soaking in the PBW there, so we'll see how that comes out. The one thing that I'll have to do separately is the outgoing pickup tube here. Because it's so long, obviously it won't fit in there. When I go to do the keg, I'll simply put this in and soak it down when I'm soaking the inside of the keg. So now we're in just the wait and see part of it. I let the PBW do its magic. I'll soak those pieces in the pan for about 30 minutes. I'll go ahead and put the PBW into the keg here and let it soak for another hour or so, and then we'll clean everything up, put it back together. We'll be good to go. So we're coming along pretty good so far. Let's take a look at the difference of the kegs. That is a little barkeeper's friend. Very little effort, scrub it down. I also did the inside prior to my soak with PBW. Probably won't be able to see that, but I've started filling the keg now with PBW. And I'll let that soak and just do its thing. Down here with all the accessories, I'm soaking. You can see the brushes I use. Just lightly scrubbing on them to clean them up as much as possible. We'll rinse them off, put the keg back together, do a full rinse with everything to make sure it's nice and clean, and we'll have one done. Okay, here I am halfway through the keg soak, and you notice that all I do is fill the keg halfway. Once the first half's done, I flip it over, turn it upside down, and let the second half soak. And we'll do this for about an hour, and then rinse everything up, try to clean up as much as possible anything I missed, and I think keg number 1 will be done. Let me just kind of zoom in a bit to show you how it looks and what we started with. I think we're moving in the right direction. There's keg 1 out of 3 done. Came out quite nice. There's a little contrast here between them. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the other 2, and I'll just do some still frame snapshot in progress pictures so you can see how they come along. We can see with a little bit of effort you can take somebody's old, unused, neglected kegs and put them to good use in your home brewery. Here they are all cleaned up. Keep in mind the techniques that I use to clean up these very neglected and filthy kegs can be used in your normal routine to keep things extra clean and nice. Let's take a look at the tops here. Notice the hardware, all very clean. Pop open one of the lids here. Inside is beautiful. So again, what I did was use PBW to soak the inside and all the hardware pieces. Barkeeper's Friend on the inside and out to really clean off the worst of it all. Used a simple scrubbing brush to clean out the inside of my tubes. Gave it a little time and wound up with 3 kegs in perfect shape, ready for use. So go out and get some old kegs, clean them up, and I'm sure you'll be happy with it.